Everybody, we're gonna go live right now. I'm just gonna go and real quick messages, so you probably won't be able to see everything, but we're gonna go ahead and put it out.
Unbelievable. A couple of years ago, the school had about 40 kids in it. They're up to about 150 right now. Hopefully, they're over 200 next year. So she's done a great job. And one other thing I'll say before she comes up is, for people associated with St. Francis, we lost a guy today, Jim Kelly, who's been at school. I went to school and graduated in '84. His first year at school was '83, and I think he retired 2 years ago. But we lost him this morning, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Now I'm going to turn it over to the best principal on the south side of Chicago, Ronnie Facey.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Ronnie Facey, and I'm the principal and CEO of St. Francis Sales High School, also a proud alum, also a resident of South Chicago, so this is home through and through. I'm so happy that St. Francis can host. We have a 136-year history on the southeast side, and I want 136 years more at St. Francis Sales and continuing the legacy here. When I was asked to host, it was a simple yes for me. I want us to be a place where the community can come and work together, right? We move about 35,000 pounds of food with the Chicago Food Depository every third Saturday, every month. We get over 300 people that come and get things that they need from us. Also, we became a donation center, so we're getting brand new clothes from big box stores that then are bringing in about 9 pallets that my kids are working through to give back to the community. So a lot of our work is community based. So that's why we're having it here today, and I'm really blessed to have everyone here. I'd like to take a minute to recognize some people in the room that are here to support us. Firstly, Alderwoman Garza, thank you for your service and everything that you've done for our community over the years. Southeast side is a tough place to work, baby. So I give you all the credit in the world, these candidates, all the credit in the world for coming up here and choosing to represent our community in this way. Our CPD, right? We're so grateful for the work that you do on the southeast side, specifically with St. Francis Sales. You look out for us. Anytime I call, you're here. Anytime I ask for something, I can't tell you enough times that we've needed you and you come without questions asked. And not because something bad was happening, but because we needed support and you were here. And that I feel super blessed for. The Headwish Business Association and Eastside Chamber, we're so thankful that you decided to work with us at this event tonight and that you're holding this as a way for us to hear all the platforms that are being addressed tonight. And thank you to each of you for coming tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come and support our community. We need you to do it more often, and then look for opportunities to grow. I think there's a narrative about the southeast side that isn't correct, and we have to change that narrative if we want change on this part of town. So I implore you to continue that work. So without further ado, you have 5 amazing candidates that are going to talk about their work on the southeast side and what they the platforms that they currently stand on. So I'll turn it over to Anna. She'll introduce herself as well as the other candidates.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. My name is Ana Guajardo. I'm so sorry. My name is Ana Guajardo. I want to first thank St. Francis of Sales for hosting this event, Business Headwish Association, Eastside Chamber of Commerce, among others who have put this together. As a mother of 2 daughters that attend CBS schools, I will ensure that we have safe neighborhoods and that our schools are fully funded with librarians, counselors, small classrooms scientists, and nurses. Public safety is a must. We need to ensure that our community feels safe, that our business district is able to have residents, consumers walking down the business corridor without fear. I have a proven track record for the past 20 years of bringing resources to our community. Out of those 20 years, 16 here in the 10th Ward. I brought the Parental Program, which works with 6 schools in the 10th Ward, where we teach moms and dads to get involved in the schools, where they assist the teachers with meeting the children's needs. And this program alone, in these 6 schools in the 10th Ward, has brought over $500,000 to our community. I am a former co-founder of Centro de Trabajadores Unidos United Worker Center, an organization that has been advocating for the rights of workers here in the 10th Ward. And during my time in the organization, I was able to incubate 2 worker cooperatives, which are small businesses here in the 10th Ward. And we are in the process of launching 3 more worker co-ops, small businesses here in our community. I thank you, all of you, for being here. I am grateful for the support of our current Alderwoman Susan Sadowski Garza, who has endorsed my campaign, Congressman Jesus Chuy Garcia, who has also endorsed the campaign, as well as 25+ unions, including the CFL, Chicago Federation of Labor, the steel workers, iron workers, and thank you so much, and looking forward to our conversation.
Oscar Sanchez.
Can everybody hear me? Perfect. That's Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oscar Sanchez, a community organizer running to be your next 10th Ward alderperson, because I want to strengthen our community. And this can only be done by investing in our community. I want us to imagine, what does real investment look like? Because we've experienced disinvestment. We've experienced the way that increases violence in our communities. And I want us to imagine not being afraid to go outside. Imagine what would it be like, because our families work so hard to worry about the child coming home safe. As an anti-violence coordinator, I had youth calling me about their experience of gun violence. And I had one of them call me right after they witnessed one of their friends being shot in front of them. That is unacceptable. And I know we can all agree that the 10th Ward deserves better. And that is why I'm running. Because I want us to imagine, what could this possibly look like for us? And we know this. We experience this. We know the difference. You feel it. You see it. And sometimes you can even smell the difference in the air. When it comes to the 10th Ward, I want this to be the destination where people come here to shop. And not only for us to have public transportation, for us to be connected to the city, but to the city experience this beautiful area. We can accomplish this. With my background in anti-violence, public health, and urban planning, we can accomplish so much as a community together, because our community should be making decisions. And my brother asked me one day, does the city really not care about us? Because we see this with our experiences every single day. So we're here to do a difference. So thank you for having us today.
Jessica Venegas. Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for taking the time to come out to hear from all of us tonight. Thank you, HBA and Eastside Chamber for putting this together. St. Francis for hosting us. I just want to let you guys know what my idea for a better 10th Ward requires. We need more police here in our 10th Ward. So I want to advocate in City Hall to get an increase in our budget so we can have more police here. I also want to advocate for policies that support our police. I completely agree that we want a safer town board, but in order to do that, we need to support our police. If they're out there risking their lives, we're out there risking our lives. I'm a police officer too, I'm an attorney as well. But we risk our lives, and now there's other damages that can happen to us besides just our lives. We lose our livelihoods now because there's lack of support for the police in this day and age. And we need to bring back the support for the police. On top of that, we need programs for our kids. We need to have these kids in programs that give them better, positive activities in their lives. We're not just talking about children, young children, great, they should have positive mentors, positive activities. I also need young adults. I want to do programs for young adults so we can help guide them to having positive futures, so that they're not deciding to go and start committing crimes and thinking that it's okay to do crimes in their lives. We need these programs to teach them, guide them into better futures for themselves. Maybe we would love for them to go to college again, but can always the answer for everybody. So we want to have these young adults have options, trade schools, working, and the bottom line is these programs that teach them a great career. I also want to help our businesses, obviously, we want to have our businesses thrive. And one of those things and functions to help with that is beautification. We need to build and be back in town. So we're going to work on a budget for that. Thank you so much for your time again. Jessica Fernandez. Peter Chico.
Well, my name is Peter Chico. Obviously, I'm running for 10th Ward Alderman. This position is such an important position, and it's important that you know if you're all has the experience and knowledge to do the job. When I graduated college, I graduated with my undergraduate in political science. I made a commitment to myself. That commitment was I wanted to help people. I didn't care how or who, I just wanted to help. First thing I did, my first job out of college, working at United Way, working for families and communities who needed funding the most. From there, I moved on to child welfare services. I went to the children's shelter through Marysville County. After that, I became a caseworker for 20 DCFS children through Volunteers in America. After my time with nonprofits, I transitioned to law enforcement. I did 5.5 years in the Cook County Sheriff's Department. But it was at that point in my life, I realized I wanted to come back home. I wanted to do something for the community I grew up in and loved the most. I applied to the police department, got in, shortly thereafter, I came back to the 4th District. While I was in the 4th District, working every shift in multiple capacities, I saw the need and the problems we have that we need to tackle. So I said to myself, I need to get more involved. I have to do more. I ran for local school council at Washington High School 4 years ago. I've been on the board ever since. I'm a proud member of the Bulldog football organization, where I've been serving on their board for the last 2 years. I know what it takes. I have the experience the day I stepped out of college. I cannot wait to take that experience and serve you, the residents of the 10th Ward.
Yes, Danielle, how are you?
I don't want to mess up with my kids and family. My name is Isabel Carrion. I was elected here to run for 10th Ward Alderman. Most of you know me through my tenure with the previous administration, John Aco, and a lot of you know me through my business, Going to Media. I am running because I have passion and love for the community. I have been working continuously with the community, with the 10th Ward, with the area for over 16 years, and I want to continue doing that. I know I have a lot to offer. I believe that our big issues, like a lot of the candidates here mentioned, is economic development. We need to bring economic development to our area, and safety is a priority as well. I believe that when we fix the economic development issue, the safety issue gets resolved as well. It goes hand in hand, and that's what I bring to the table. I bring experience. I bring 9 years of experience working for an alderman's office, where I love to have a leader that empower us not only to learn about the projects and learn about the process, but be hands-on, starting from the concept to the shovel on the ground to the ribbon cutting. We were hands-on through the process as far as setting up those meetings with the departments, doing all the legislative work. So I would be ready to work day one. I know what it takes to work in that office. I know what we need to do to get started. I do not need to learn the ropes. I'm ready to work day one. And I guarantee you that if I'm elected, year one, we will see progress, we will see development, we will have a plan in place, and we will see the fruitions of that in year two. And that is what I offer, experience. I have a passion for this community. Again, I have been here for the past 16 years. Even after we were voted out of office, I continue working in the community. And no matter what happens here, I will continue that I will continue working for our community that I have a passion for. Thank you.
I'm going to start with the questions. My name is Margaret Voss. I am the founder of the Hewish Community Watch Association and also the treasurer for the Hewish Business Association. I've been a resident on the South Side for 36 years and will continue to do so. I'd like to also thank you for attending. I'm going to ask questions that the attendees have put in this bucket here, randomly pulled. But I also have questions that are coming from our business community. So I'm going to try to alternate that just to let you know why I'm not picking this question. First question. What is your position on the Safety Act? And for
The Safety Act. What is that? Yeah. That's the bond issue. So for those of you that don't know, the Safety Act is about the bond issue and the cash bail.
I would love to do more research, to be more familiar in terms of the actual act and proposal. However, I do, having lived here in the community and having daughters go to school, and I'm constantly afraid sometimes to be alone. Safety is tremendous, it's something important. A few blocks away from my house a few weeks ago, one of my daughter's friends, a bullet passed her head, and luckily she did not get shot. There's a few ideas, proposals that I'm looking to introduce that could also support public safety issues. We understand that we have police officers in our district who are trying to do their part. However, there are a few things that we can work on. We need dedicated patrol units, and we need to ensure there are fire trucks in the 10th ward. Several of our police officers and firefighters, first responders are pulled out of our ward. So when we have situations of violence in our community, they're not going to be called. We need to ensure that we hire more detectives to remove the harassment. So when crimes are committed, then we can ensure that these crimes are solved. That will help bridge the gap between the concerns that our residents have and the police. We also need to invest in officer wellness. There are several police officers who are working 29, 30 hours, 29 to 30 days without a day off. We need to make sure that these police officers are able to get the rest that they need, but also because it's important for the well-being of our community. And then we need to make sure that we respond to emergencies with appropriate services. For example, when there are mental health crises, that we have a mental health professional that goes in response to these services. I know that the 4th district has been providing, or has been putting together a pilot program for domestic violence, where there are officers who have been trained to respond when there are needs. That's a program that I would love to get more involved with and see how we can incorporate that and
Oscar Sando.
So when it comes to the Safety Act, I think this is a perfect example of how we can lead with the community about creating awareness about different acts happening at the city, local, and state level, really introducing ways to keep our community safe. Specifically in the bill, a lot of many community members are concerned specifically how it keeps the community safe. And what this bill or this act really does is looking to really engage community members to have access to being released from jail on cash bail. Now, there are really concerns about who is being able to be released on cash bail. And for me, again, that's the most important part and key to this. When we have co-governance, is being able to sit down with community members and be able to talk about what this act actually entails. On top of the cash bail, it also talks about criminal justice reform and really having opportunities for people who are previously incarcerated as well on top of this police accountability. With this, we also understand that our police departments are overly burdened right now. We understand that there's high suicide rates. And if our community doesn't have mental health clinics to take care of police officers, then we're doing a service to them and also to our community who are facing these mental health challenges. We know who has mental health challenges here. We know who has schizophrenia and goes around 106, who goes down Commercial Avenue. And we know that this has also been a crisis with our homeless community. That when the Obama administration closed down mental health clinics, a lot of people deserve it afterwards. So it's about actually addressing what's happening in our communities and finally addressing those root issues, their cause. So alongside that, I just want to really emphasize about how we want to work with our community to be able to create awareness of what's happening. And if it's not something meant for a community, when it comes to anything, we can have a discussion of how we remove these acts.
Thank you, Oscar. Jessica.
As it's written, I do not agree with the Safety Act. I will say that. I do understand the purpose behind it is that there's the reason that people are committing crimes, that they've had bad luck in life. I understand that. I do believe that we want programs to assist these people in making better choices. However, if you start to take away consequences for crimes, the only thing that does is encourages people to commit more crimes and encourages others to start committing crimes.
Thank you, Jessica. Peter G.
When it comes to safety, there are certain provisions in it that I would agree with, some that I do. When it comes to body cameras, have everybody by 2025, police officers say, well, no, I agree with it. It's accountability. I think the police officers, me being one, I see my friends here, they like it. They like it, and they can be held accountable, and they like that they know what they're doing as well. That's number one. Number two, another thing that something I don't agree with is when we're using the body cameras, you can't go back and view them. They strip that opportunity from us, so we can't go back and view the situation to properly document our paperwork. That's wrong. When it comes to cash and bail, I do agree. We should be incarcerating people for low-level offenses. However, that does empower our justice system to commit the same crime. We need to get to the root cause of the problem and figure out what is going on here, so we don't keep committing the same crime over and over and over again. But at the end of the day, it's safety. Do you feel any safe right now? Do you feel any safe in the last 3 years? I don't think so. Is this that going to make us any safer? I don't think so either. So we need to look at it, replace provisions in it, and correct it.
Thank you. Yesenia.
So, like the other candidates mentioned, I do believe the Safety Act has pros and cons. I think that one of the biggest priorities that we need to look at is we need to ensure that we have restorative programs for individuals that are committing crimes. A lot of them are miscellaneous that can be issues that can be that they can still save these individuals. There could be programs where we address the mental health issue, address the environment we're in. But again, like safety, we need to look at the reason why these crimes are taking place. And one of the things is, yeah, there is a reason why areas are being targeted, and that's what we need to figure out. And because if we don't figure that out, we're not going to be able to rid of the violence. So that's a main priority.
Next question. How do you help small businesses navigate the business licensing process? Anna?
Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. How do you help small businesses navigate the business licensing process?
Makes sense.
Same order. Anna? So whoever I start with, okay, that's not. I'll go with it. Okay. Sure. How do you help small businesses navigate the business licensing process?
So I think we all agree that we have to really exemplify this, that small businesses are in the backbone of our economy here, because we've lost our power here. And it's about how we can really navigate, creating a new economy, being innovative right now. So for me, how we be supporting our small businesses is making sure that we can set up actual workshops for their licensing, but also, I think we see all over the Facebook pages, a lot of businesses also have questions for their taxes. So it's also setting up our businesses for success. And right now, there's available funding in the Chicago Recovery Plan to really be helping supporting our local entrepreneurs and small businesses. And additionally, it's about looking at new methods of co-ops, of saying if there's 3 small businesses, why don't we put them in one brick and mortar? And there's available funding right now to the Chicago Recovery Plan. Like, you can look this up right now, and there's fundings that anyone can be applying to, and then we can be doing it as constituent service to be helping our businesses. And even looking at more innovative ways, because we want a successful business district, but it's making people also feel welcome here and safe here and attractive. Something that's really important is how we unify our community and uplift our local artists for them to be able to be applying to DK's art grants. So we can do an all revolving, all encompassing way of uplifting our local economy.
Yes. Jessica?
So with small business owners, I mean, as an alderman, I would want to have my office available for all the residents, have access to working with the community in all manners. As far as small businesses, I would want to have workshops that can navigate the systems, and having them navigate through licensing, sitting down with them, setting up appointments and working with them on licensing. I am an attorney, I understand how to navigate systems, I understand how to find resources, and I would definitely want to help our small businesses navigate filling out the forms, learning where to turn them in, understanding what requirements are need to be met. All of those little steps that need to be met for them to complete their licensing, I would want to help them navigate in that way. If I can step by step, if not, I would have resources in my office to help businesses, because it is important to get these businesses started and encourage them to come to our community.
So we know, if you're a business owner, how difficult it can be sometimes to deal with licenses and permits. We know that. Sometimes permits sit on somebody's table 6, 7, 8 months sometimes. It's unacceptable. The office needs to be that hub. That hub that connects prospective business owner, or the business owner, or DHCP, or small business center for the city. That at the Alderman's office we don't want to deter any businesses from coming in or providing options. So it is key that the Alderman's office provides that safety to businesses to make that connection. So we can bring the businesses here and give the options to the residents that they deserve.
Sunny.
As a business owner myself, I am very familiar with the crazy and long application process that the city of Chicago puts you through. It is a lot of hoops that you have to go through, and I'm very familiar with those hoops because while working at Alderman John Pope's office, we sat down with these businesses before they even purchase property, because guess what? That's where the problem begins. A lot of these business owners purchase a property and are not sure or are not aware of the zoning. And once they purchase a property or they sign that lease and they go apply for that application, guess what? That zoning is not fit for their business. So I believe it starts from the beginning, and it's educating our community, having that information out there. I have personally ran at least 5 business workshops throughout the years, helping businesses start their businesses from beginning, from concept until they open their doors. We brought in the first business incubator to South Chicago back in 2016, where we helped agents like Ayala agencies start up their business, and we're able to see them go into their own brick and mortar. So I'm very familiar with the business application process. I believe that we need to have hands-on provide hands-on help for these constituents that are looking to open businesses and educate them on what can and can't be done in certain areas in the community and what they need to do if they need this opportunity. So again, from day one, I'm familiar with the steps that need to take place to get this going.
As Yesenia mentioned, also from experience incubating 2 small businesses in the 10th ward, Cooperativas Visionarias and Mujeres Brillantes, we have seen how difficult it is in the city of Chicago to even understand what a worker co-op is, which is a small business. We moved state legislation in Springfield to have worker co-ops be recognized, that they can have the same rights as a regular small business. Few things that come to mind. First is we have to have an understanding of what are the needs of the businesses. Have a one-on-one conversation with them, get a better understanding. Second, provide them the information and guide them through the process. It's not just about providing the information to the city of Chicago. We did that with our co-op. And the city of Chicago was unable to help them or even understand what exactly they were trying to do. So it's important to have an understanding, guide them as well. And a few other things, policy. Sometimes the policies that we have are not enough. So we need to make sure that we're able to have an understanding, create a proposal, and maybe move policies that will be beneficial for our small businesses. Relationships. I sit in the Social Innovation Commission. I also sit in the City of Chicago Council, as well as other groups where we're also looking at how we support businesses. We have to have an understanding and relationships in these departments. DCO. We're building a community center on 98 South Union. We were able to get a capital grant as a not-for-profit. And in this building, we're going to actually create an incubator where we're going to be able to launch small businesses. So those 3 businesses are going to be launching soon, will be coming out of our worker center. But it's important to have these relationships with these departments so we can be able to assist the small businesses so they can thrive in our community.
What would you change about the city budget?
Next question.
Jessica.
Wow, okay. Well, as I said, for the city budget, we need a budget that is, that supports our police and vehicle safety, so we definitely I would also work on increasing the budget with regards to those. We need better schools in our town board. I know that we have some schools that are, the facilities are falling apart. I know there's overcrowding situations. We need to budget for CPS budget, with everything there to rectify that situation. There's budgeting for fixing our streets, just simply fixing our streets in our neighborhoods. Those streets, fixing them isn't big. I mean, people might not think that's as important as it is, but it's what our neighborhood looks like physically is important. And I think we need to allocate some funds there as well. I also, obviously, education is important. We want to allocate budgeting for supplies for our teachers. We have a lot of teachers doing a great job with CPS, but we need to get some funding for the 10th ward area. Electronics, they're very behind on the iPad, the things that other parts of the city have. And as a matter of fact, I could say as far as increasing the budget, I would work on increasing the budget for the 10th ward, and we need to stop being elected as well. So, in a nutshell, for the big picture. Peter?
I think when it comes to the budget, we have to put our money where our mouth is. We look at schooling, go around the country. We have overcrowding in school. A parent from Bristol reached out to me and wanted me to be listening. I went and I principal. They said, look, we have overcrowding. It's been overcrowding for years. They give us these mobile units, expect our children to learn here. We need an annex. We need to build so they can flourish and really understand what's going on in the classroom. I do. These mobile units that are popping up all over, that's not encouraging students to learn. That's number one, mental education. Number two, when it comes to crime prevention, the last budget had $85 million allocated to crime prevention. It's a great thing, but with only $5 million spent, how are we supposed to see any type of DDs in crime prevention and gun prevention because we're only spending it? It doesn't make any sense to me. And when it does, I know our budget is large. I can't understand. But safety is the number one issue. We need to hire more police, put them on the street. So what happened, that's part of the other thing that happened. Or what happened in Texas this morning, the car being broken, doesn't happen. We need to put our money where our mouth is and secure the safety of our residents, educate our students, and bring it back to the neighborhood.
City.
As far as the city budget changes, yeah, I definitely want to put more money, like mentioned, into our schooling, safety, all of that. I actually want to talk about what other teams have to do locally with the money that's coming into the 10th ward now. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars that come into the South Chicago area yearly. And the first change that I would do is look at those funds and see exactly where they're going. Because I'm sure that a lot of those dollars are not going to what they need to be doing. That money is supposed to be to beautify our commercial avenue business site, to beautify our businesses, keep our streets clean. And I'm sorry, but the last time I went down commercial avenue, I didn't see any of that. So the first thing would be to start looking at the misuse of those funds and clean that up. Because there's money that are there, but they're not being used how they're supposed to be used. So let's start there.
Anna? I think it's very important to understand how the budget works. Right? The mayor proposes a budget with the support of possibly a few aldermen. Why is it that the mayor is able to come up with a budget proposal without the input of the rest of us within the board? So understanding that budget process and then we can be transparent is important for us.
That's what the alderman's for.
Second is to provide input from the community. The way I run my organizing the last 15, 16 years is to get input from our leaders, what's important for us to do as an organization. I hope to hear from our constituents what's important for you and what should we be focusing. There is no reason why the menu money that provides $1.5 million to our ward is enough. It's not. Why should the North Siders be receiving more funding than us here in the 10th ward when we are the largest ward in the entire city of Chicago? We are the one that borders the state of Indiana. We have rail, we have water, we have land. So having that understanding, being transparent, having community input, and I love the idea of participatory budgeting, getting input from our community to make sure that we come up with a proposal and be able to provide the services that are needed in our community. And as I've been door knocking, I hear about city services, the trash cans, potholes, infrastructure, George Washington, and the Mansion School is falling apart. Let's reallocate those funds and see what's important. But more than anything, let's hold our elected officials accountable while they're distributing that money, and let's make it fair to every ward, regardless of our zip code.
Pastor.
When it comes to our budget, I think the first question you have to ask is who pays for it? It's us. And I think that's why it's really important that we have a participatory budget where we ask community members, what do we want to invest in? Is it public safety? Is it infrastructure? Is it public health? We're looking at what our priorities are the next 4 years. Alongside participatory budgeting, it's also zoning. How do we want to design our community together? And on top of this, it's looking at ways that we can have solutions to a lot of the impacts we're facing today. We have one of the lowest air qualities in the state of Illinois. We have some of the highest cases of respiratory issues and cancer. I'm looking at everybody right now, and I'm sure everyone can think about somebody who has asthma or somebody's cousin, family member. We're suffering here. So it's really adamant that we have a Department of Environment that can look into what's happening in our communities. And also looking at investing in proven approaches to safety, like treatment, not trauma, to ensure that our residents here are ensured to have mental health services. Again, it is a crisis. Too many people during this pandemic have killed themselves, and we need to be adamant about this, that we need solutions, not yesterday, because we didn't just start suffering before this pandemic. No, during this pandemic, we suffered before this pandemic. And again, it's really ensuring that people know the breakdown of this budget. A lot of the solutions we're already saying is decreased funding in certain departments. Right now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but 40% of our budget goes to police. Correction, 30%, 50%, 50% of our budget. And it's making sure, what are we doing to make sure that people, if people are saying that policing are solutions to this, we have to look at what is intentional and accountability to the funding that's going to all departments. And I'm saying all departments. That's our answer.
What? Somebody saying something? No.
What will you do as alderman and alderwoman to mitigate the tax cliff with Indiana?
Question. What is that? Text.
What will you do as alderwoman or alderman to mitigate the tax cliff with Indiana?
Text. Good for you. They pay less than the Christian. Well, that's one of the reasons why we got leads. It's cheaper to go out there. Exactly.
So this is something I care very passionately about. And it's it right now. There's a fundamental playing field between us and Indiana. Let's get real. Him and Whiting were not like this 40, 50 years ago. Whiting is built up, so is him. Until we get everybody on board and they can see that we need help down here, things will always be the same. We can't stop at the municipal level. We can't stop at the county level. We need to take it all the way to Springfield to create a special tax district because people are in Indiana. Things will always be like this until we have that. It Why didn't the Walmart open up half a mile? That's state line. Where's our money going? It's going to Walmart. They get to enjoy the best of both worlds. People village, Northwest Indiana residents, and village 10th Ward. That don't make no sense to me. We live in one of the biggest cities in the world, and yet we go shopping and spend our money in Northwest Indiana. It should be the opposite way. Northwest Indiana should be from Chicago to spend their money, and it's fair to taxpayers. That's what needs to happen. And furthermore, different programs like the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund that allow businesses to apply for a grant up to $250,000 in blighted communities to help resurrect their commercial corridor. Well, that needs to be opened up to the 10th Ward because we have difficulties and unique problems unlike any other ward. That needs to be opened up to the 10th Ward so all our business corridors will flourish and we can see resiliency again in each corridor. Thank you.
Yesenia?
So yeah, it's not it's nothing new that we are fighting against Indiana and there's the tax issue there. But that is not the only reason why our business districts are not thriving. I mean, if you think about it, just realistically, our tacos are probably cheaper than the tacos in Indiana. But I see those businesses, and trust me, ours are probably better, but their businesses are bad. It has to do with the whole ambiance. And I think that when you have an inviting and ambiance, that's where you want to go. So you don't just go because of the cheap prices. You don't just go because taxes are cheaper there. You go for the whole package. And that's what we need to start building here in our community, is a whole package. We need to start reaching out to developers that understand our area. Indiana has mom and pop shops just like we have. It's those niche businesses that they have, and that's why we go there. As far as why the mining area is thriving, they also take big money from their big companies over there. The big companies that are killing us just like they're killing them, but they take their money and they say, hey, they're gonna help us build our business district. You're gonna kill us. You're gonna give us money. And I think that's what we need to start building. Building a lot of our industrial companies out here accountable, making sure that they're building into our business district, but also understanding our area. And that's where I come in. I mean, Whiting area, why do you think they brought the pierogi class? They didn't bring it to pierogi. They brought it because they wanted to encourage people to buy properties there. And we know that over there, the real estate out there is ridiculous. It's amazing how fast the properties go. And so their plan worked. And wasn't just the road, it's whatever. That's what we need to do. We need to start coming up with creative economic impact projects to be able to build our business district, and that is going to help this issue with the tax expansion.
You're not lying either. No, dude, you're not lying, dude. Creative. You know, I mean, it's cheaper up there. That's what I.
So on top of just the tax, we have to be honest about why they go to why you can't, right? It's the opportunity there. You know, Mary talks about Festival Lakes, Pierogi Fest, and they just even had an Empanada Fest. Like, let's think about why people are going there. And it's on top of the gas prices, the food prices. Like, we have to really think about what people have there. And it's that economy. So think about how can we actually integrate our economy here as well. We have an amazing school. Our public high school, George Washington High School, has some of the highest performing students, has won state titles in sports, and their roof is falling apart. Think about what a fully funded school would do. Think about what fully funded resources and actually looking to support our local businesses and entrepreneurs. And that's what I'm thinking about, going to fund our schools, but also fund the resources here, working for chambers of commerce, working with the East Side, South Chicago SSA, working with the Hampers Business Association to have them be involved right now about the Chicago Recovery Plan. And I'm going to keep repeating myself about this. There is funding right now for us to be supporting our entrepreneurs. We know our entrepreneurs. The same thing when I talk about our health, I'm also talking about people having talent here, from artists to people working out of their houses. Let's get into brick and mortars. Let's talk instead of actual business. Let's have self-sustaining economy here. We always talk about our power engines here. We talk about the steel mills, but that was a circular economy. And we can use right now the Climate Equity Job Act to bring good jobs here, union paying jobs, to make sure we can have a local thriving economy that can be determined to stay here and take forward, and people can make sure that they're making a livelihood here. So we are the opportunity.
Justin.
So the first thing is we have to also educate our residents about the importance of shopping local. A lot of these small mom and pop shops, I remember back in the 80s when we would walk down commercial 106 and Ewing, how vibrant it was. We supported each other. I grew up knowing a lot of these business owners, and many of them had closed, especially during the pandemic. But if we can continue to educate ourselves about the importance of going shopping locally versus going down the street to Indiana, Walmart. Well, yes, the prices are cheaper, the gas is cheaper, we have to find other ways to also support businesses. I think additionally, we have to hold accountable the city of Chicago again. How do you provide more incentives to the only board that borders the state of Indiana? So we are competing with a large tax reduction from that state with our businesses. Let's provide incentives to these small businesses so people can stay shopping locally, so the businesses can stay here versus closing. And I've heard of some of them moving to Indiana, where they're paying less rent. If we can provide these incentives to these businesses, we can keep them here. Just as we're incubating the businesses, we don't want them to leave our community. Continue to expand these programs. The Neighborhood Opportunity Fund, yes, it extends to 100 streets. And it's created to ensure that communities that are low income, underserved, receive these resources. It's important to expand those resources and ensure that you make the process be easier for these businesses, not-for-profits, to be able to apply and receive these funds. Because the restrictions that they have make it difficult, and that entire grant process is very difficult. And I know that from personal experience as we have tried to find them. We also, again, have to build these relationships with these departments to make sure that DCO, the Chicago Recovery, and all these other departments can provide more resources. But we have to help these small businesses be able to apply for these resources. It's not easy applying for these grants or these funds. Thank you.
So in order to work on that gap that we have between Indiana, one of the things that we want to understand is that we have retail businesses here. What we would like to get, what I'd like to get more of is service businesses, clinics, eye doctors, therapy, veterinarians. I don't even know where the nearest veterinarian is. I know it's not in those kinds of services are also important to our community. They would assist in building our community. And when you have people coming for services, you have people coming and now purchasing at the retail services, So that would help with those gaps that we have here in the community between here and Whiting. Now you have people coming here for all of the services, spending their money here in the town. I think that's big and key to come here. So I would be advocating and seeking out service industries to come here and add to our community.
What is your voting history in the 10th Ward municipality elections? When was the last time you voted for Alderman? Senia.
So I always vote, the last time I voted for Alderman was the last Aldermanic election. And the last time I voted was in November. So I believe that if you want to make changes, if you want to be part of the solution in your neighborhood, your area, if you want to complain about something, they need to go out there and make sure you're in and make sure that you're being counted. Because guess what? The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and I believe that a lot of the reason why this is forgotten is because our voting record is not competitive to other boards in the city of Chicago. So that's where you start making changes. Get out and vote.
Some of these questions.
Okay. That's okay.
Yes, thank you for bringing this up. Last week, I went to the Board of Elections to print out my voting record, given that my name was changed, I legally changed my name, and I changed it back to what it was after my divorce. I don't have the exact, I didn't read the documents, but I have been a consistent voter to show you, and as Yesenia mentioned, it's very important that we do go out to vote. But before you vote, educate yourself. Look at what the people who are running for office, not just for Aldermanic, but for the other races, look at what they have done. It's important that you choose the person that has experience, that has the knowledge, and the ability to get things done in office. So I encourage you, go out to vote, but more than anything, get others to vote. And if you're not able to vote, you have family members that can vote. Thank you.
So, what do you mean? Oh, well, I can't really do it there in primary and talking single vote, so I hope that comes to something. I'm pretty sure I'll got that too. So, the last time I voted was in November, and the last time I voted for an Aldermanic election was in 2015. And but besides that, I think my echo here is saying that it's really important for us to understand what we're voting for. But we also have to understand what are the actual ways that we create voting accessibility. Because sometimes it's very difficult for even our young generation to get involved. In this last vote, when it came to the February election, 40% of this board, age under the age of 35, 40% of that vote came from people under the age of 35. So I think it's also how we also reflect on that when it comes to more generations. Like how we consistently making sure that young voters are active. Because this is their future. And I watch every person who's watching, especially young individual, any individual. It's like how are you making sure that your voice is active right now, but also active throughout this. Because it's also about voting local official time.
Jessica?
I've been voting since I can remember, since I become able and eligible to vote. And I did vote in the last November, and I voted through the last election. And now I will just emphasize the importance of voting again.
Peter?
So I vote in every election, municipal, statewide. It's important to vote. Your vote is your voice. And we're all equal when it comes to the ballot box. We all have one vote. So it's extremely important to me. I take it seriously, and I will continue to vote in every single election.
How do we make our commercial areas safer? I'm sorry. How do we make our commercial areas safer? Anna?
I think it goes back to what I was mentioning earlier. There's no reason we should have an open air drug market on commercial avenues. We have to find ways of building trust with our police officers so when they are called, they can come and respond to the needs of the business owners or our constituents. As I mentioned earlier, there are 4 things I would love to see. Be cop officers, walking down the streets of Commercial, Ewing, Brandon, all communities, just like they did many years ago when I was growing up here. Ride your bikes if you wish, but more importantly, build relationships with the business owners and your community. That is extremely important for us to build trust and believe in our police officers just as they're doing their work. We have to again hire more detectives when crime happens. Many 911 calls are made. Sometimes police officers are not there for whatever reason. Sometimes they're sent out of our ward. Let's make sure that we work with our mayor and our other elected officials to have the officers here when they're needed. Respond to emergency calls. Sometimes we have in our business corridors people residing or walking around who have mental health issues. If we have these mental health experts on call to be able to respond to these needs, then that would also alleviate the burden from the police officers. But again, it's about building trust and making sure that our police officers, particularly the ones who are in charge of the patrolling, the safety response that they have, to make sure that they're actually responding and doing their job with the support of the community. Thank you.
Awesome.
So when it comes to our area is not considered a high priority area for safety, specifically from the police department and schools. And I think that's wrong. I think that if the police district here finds that there's high level of crimes, we should make a decision on the police department to be able, the district specifically, the fourth district, to be able to here operates. When it comes to our safety, we shouldn't be waiting hours for something to happen. And that's just going to show the way that police are overburdened right now. For me, it's about how can we create a solution today with the pressing amount of violence we're experiencing, looking at introducing violence interceptors to make sure that we can less intensify the current gang relations that are right now. On top of this, looking to quickly build out even having escorts outside. When I mean escorts, I mean let's have patrol systems that can go outside and let people go to the grocery store. And that's on top of another violence we're facing. Let's be very honest, not all our communities have grocery stores. And that's other violence that we're talking about when it comes to safety, when it comes to having actual access to resources. Whatever, before I draw away from the actual question, I want to also keep bringing up, we need opportunities for the youth. We need to have actual youth programming. If we are talking about youth as criminals, we also have to be thinking about what are they having. I've been having so many conversations on the doors that youth are scared to stay after school. And that's why they immediately go home or they stay out. But if we don't have outlets, what actual opportunities are we doing? And if we believe that youth are our future, how are we investing in our youth?
Jessica. So it's important to emphasize again the importance of having more police availability to work on getting more police in our area so that they can control the area. I mean, they're doing the best they can out there, but we have a good amount of police here in our neighborhood, and we need to request that budget to get more police presence. On top of that, many of the people that are sitting outside Commercial, there's a mental health issue. We are, and there have been a lot of mental health facilities that have been closed down recently. We need to find ways to get more mental health facilities, more mental health people, so that they're not sitting out there drinking, whatever they're doing out there, they're just there because they have mental issues, and we need to help them and help them on the streets, so that they're not out there committing crimes to feed their life. So those are two avenues that are important to dealing with safety. So increasing the police, as I said before, and working on the mental health aspect of it.
So basically, police officer that works there, I do, sometimes it does take a long time for police to come. You want to know why? We're down about 50 officers in the fourth district. That is unacceptable. Me, as always, I'm not going to be fighting for essentially more policing. I'm fighting for the right amount of policing we deserve. We are down 50 officers. Think about that. We need so much more here. And when it comes to business districts, yes, commercial avenue, that's a problem. 83rd, 87th, 91st, that all needs to be dealt with. I'll tell you a quick story. When my first week after announcing, a lady reached out to me on Facebook and said, Mr. Chico, I live on commercial. I'm afraid to take my son and daughter to McDonald's because of what I have in the long past. I'm scared. It doesn't make any sense. I can't even take my child to a cheeseburger at McDonald's because of what's on the sidewalk. That needs to be corrected. A business officer needs to be put in place to deal with every business district. Baltimore Avenue and Edwards, Union 106 on the east side, commercial obviously in South Chicago. Let's not forget about South Pier and their business corridor on Torrance Avenue. A business officer needs to be put in place to develop a relationship with business owners and people on the sidewalk. So they see the same face every day, build a relationship, and we can remove them from the sidewalks, make it safer for people to finally come, use our business districts, spend their money, and enjoy it. The business districts are a lifeline of communities, and we need to get serious about that. So in terms of funding, that's what we need to do. Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, I believe that when it comes to safety, we need to figure out why are we being targeted? Why is commercial avenue being targeted? Why are the 3rd Street, 91st Street being targeted? And that's what we need to figure out to solve this issue. And one of the reasons why I believe is our liquor stores. These liquor stores need to be held accountable. While I was in the Aldermanic office, I worked on a liquor moratorium. It was put in place throughout the whole 10th ward, where it didn't allow new businesses, new liquor licenses to open up, mainly at commercial avenue. And that included the renewing of the selling of the licenses. And if you renew your license, it was a strict process that you had to go through. That has gone out the window. And I think that we need to go back to that and understand why was this a moratorium, why is it not being put on the trains or prioritized, and that can help a lot of the issues that are taking the turn on commercial avenue. And going back to economic development, bring economic development, and you're going to solve the safety issue. That's some of the things that is going to take time to work on, right? Let's talk about what can be done now. Going back to, there are hundreds of thousands of dollars going to South Chicago that are not going to South Chicago. The SSA area is paying extra taxes for the safety, for the beautification, for the cleaning of this area. Why are they not being used like they're supposed to? So let's start there. Let's look at where this misuse of funds is going and hold these people accountable. Make sure that these funds are going to what they should be going to. There's funds for safety for security officers. We used to have security officers for something. What happened in that? Let's start there. Let's look at where these funds are going to now.
What is your plan to address all the Section 8 companies buying up the 10th ward?
Oh, man. What the hell is it?
What is your plan to address all all the Section 8 companies buying up the 10th floor. Oscar.
So I think first of all, it's really looking at how they want this to be zoned. And that leads you back to saying we need the description of zoning. How do you want to be designing your communities? If there are groups buying land here that we don't want buying land here because we don't want that investment, we actually the community should have to say. Now we should also be honest about what problems we face in Section 8, but also be honest about if we may have our reservation in Section 8. We have to be honest about if there are regulations we need to be following because we have worries of safety. We also are having conversations with that management company to ensure that there's an actual process of who's being brought here, an intentional of who's being brought into certain areas in those Section 8 housing projects. Everybody deserves to have the right to housing. Everybody deserves to be able to call for
Anna?
Jessica.
So what we need to do for Section 8 is we need to evaluate what is the amount of Section 8 that they're allowing to purchase to. So we definitely need to implement policies that limit the amount of Section 8 in a certain area, especially here in the work. We have to definitely evaluate that. On top of that, even though they're buying Section 8 properties, we want to really want to do is we want to hold the owners accountable for making sure that the people that they're renting to are following all the rules, following, guidelines in the neighborhood and doing their classes. They have to work on using someone, but they have to be held accountable to who they're renting to. So implementing policy that limits and has guidelines for these Section 8 owners is what I would do.
One of the biggest shortages we have in the city is affordable housing. We are down 120,000 units in affordable housing. So, Section 8 is going anywhere. We need to hold the tenants and the owners accountable for their actions, just like anybody else. Just like me, my neighbor, Jessica, they're hold them accountable. That's what it comes down to. There's no reason why you should be held any less accountable than anybody else.
So I think the first thing we need to understand is that there's no Section 8 homeowners. Like, that's not how it works. Property owner buys a building. If somebody comes in and they want to rent your property, if they're Section 8 voucher holder, they don't have to release that information right away. So any property could be in Section 8 currently. That's not the problem. The problem is that we need to start looking at these developers that are buying big chunks of property in your ward, and it starts in the Aldermanic office. There should be nobody buying property or starting anything without going through that office. And not only that way, but just again, guiding them the correct way. And this is why, and this is where you're going to talk to the developer, have that communication with the homeowner, property owner, developer, whatever the case may be. Build that relationship. And again, like Pete said right now, hold the tenant and the landlord accountable. There's a problem. It's not a matter of no more Section 8. That doesn't make sense. It's a matter of keeping the people that are Section 8 voucher holders accountable and keeping the landlords that have Section 8 tenants accountable. It goes both ways, and it goes back to again, making sure that they're following the rules and regulations. Calls are being made. If there's issues, call CHA, and understanding that this is different than the standard site. The standard site is totally different. So again, very familiar with the process. When I was in the Aldermanic office, I found a lot of property owners before they purchased their buildings and addressed it. And when they became landlord, we made sure to go after them. That makes me.
I think definitely an issue of affordable housing.
No,
it's important for us to encourage people who have the ability to be able to afford homes, but it's also important for them to understand the process, receive the support, and for us to understand that they have the financial means to even purchase the property. I know that right now the city of Chicago is allowing people to purchase properties like we did with the community center for $1. If we can make these connections with the county land bank, with the city of Chicago land bank, and find out the opportunities for people to be able to afford these properties, then that would also help with many of these issues that we have. But it also comes to jobs, not having your living wages where people can purchase these properties in our community. And I would love to do some research to see who are these developers coming to the community. Why are they purchasing the property? And how do we encourage our own 10-ward constituents to be able to get to the point where they can also purchase these properties versus outsiders? Thank you.
Economic development on the southeast side. What is your elevator pitch to developers and large employers?
These questions.
Economic development on the southeast side. What is your elevator pitch to developers and large employers? Jessica. What is your elevator pitch?
Well, so we're looking for large economic developers. We actually do have some people that have been trying to come to our board, and really we have a great many residents here. We have a great, as they said, we have the largest board in the city. So we are here, but I would pitch is that we have great land. Well, we have plenty of land. And there's, there are businesses trying to come, for instance, there's the inverter trying to come and build under the ground. And even though there's land that's included, the fact that they can go underground and start building there, those are options. And I believe that there's a large opportunity for growth in this community because of the amount of land that we have. We have so much land, and land is big when you're looking at growth. So I would be selling the amount of land that we have and the opportunity and possibilities for
We understand it's difficult to bring jobs to somebody's here, but that's my selling point. Our location. We have access to major roadways, railways, water. If there's a selling point to respective businesses, I don't know what it is. When you look at this initiative, reshoring America, it's about bringing offshore companies back to the shores. Why don't we show that the 10th ward could be a model of it? All we have here, the land we have here, and the ability to connect with other parts of the world, we should show that they could be a model of it. Show them like America, bringing our jobs back here instead of having them offshore. So that would be my first recommendation, and then the second
is the time.
Our 10th ward is so full of opportunities. We have so much land out here, perfect for a Senate space. Why don't we have the next Senate space in our area? We have so much talent in our community. So the support that is accessible and companies, industrial companies all over the world take advantage of. Those are the benefits that we have here. We are next to Indiana, which also has two different neighborhood communities that can actually help us. If we figure out our economic development needs here in our area, we can work together. We don't have to be in competition with them. It can actually benefit us just being next to Indiana. The transportation could be better, but we have Lakeshore Drive, which is very accessible for a lot of businesses. So I believe that our board is full of opportunity. We have 5 cities in our area, so there's opportunities for SPIF, which is the Small Business Improvement Fund, as well as tax increment finance funds. Great for startups and in South Chicago, we have the SSA that will help us with, as well as starting my business, unifying my business, and getting it started. So I think that our area is an opportunity. It's a matter of bringing the economic developers that see the vision in our work.
We are the largest port in the city of Chicago. Again, we have land, water, and rail. It's important for us to be able to work with these developers who are interested in coming to a port, but to make sure that these are companies that are not going to hurt us, affect our water and our air. I support developers or companies that believe in worker rights, pay the living wages, preferably large development to be union jobs, to agree to community benefits agreements, and also with public labor agreements. We also need the support from our small businesses. It's great to reach the big developers, but how can they also invest locally with our small mom and pop shops? Maybe working with the businesses as they lift up their business, and they also work lifting up the rest of the businesses.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll talk about it anyway, talk to my friends about it. Come to the 10th floor. A beautiful place that is in the midst right now of the transformation available to us. Right now, when you think of our most powerful asset, and that's why I want to say it's really important for us to have a say when it comes to the revision that happens every 10 years, because it can also take away our assets. But going back to this point, we have this lake in front of us. We have available space. We have the funding right now to create a circular economy. Why don't you join us? Join a community full of different unions. Create this partnership with us to be able to create a 10th ward where you would want to even come live in. The point of the 10th ward is an area that they have lost economic tension. But right now, in this time, there's available funding for us to have one of the greatest models of how to help underinvested, under-resourced communities. And we can be a staple to use across this beautiful state. So join us.
Crime, how will you get it under control? Do you believe that top commanders and deputies be rehired at 6-figure jobs? Do you believe that top commanders and deputies be rehired at 6-figure jobs?
Where did you get these questions from? You know who gave them the questions? Or you just came up with them? Or just people in here? Right? It's funny.
I know everyone's excited. No, but my name is Oscar, and for me, it's about when we're talking about rehiring, I think it's about the context. I think wanting information from this, wanting to know if rehiring means that someone who wants to get disciplined and fired, wanting to know how they actually hold someone accountable. If that's the context, I don't think somebody should be rehired for higher positions. However, again, I think I need more information to make a decision. If the question is, should top commanders and sergeants be hired for six-figure jobs?
Just
It's a cheaper.
higher.
Yes. I believe that's someone I think that is in the budget for them to make, six-figure, I have to see actual numbers and evaluate, but it's something to definitely assess. They are at retirement stage now, and I understand that they have expertise that needs to be considered, but it's something that could be reviewed.
Big amount of money for someone who's retired. But just as I said, they do have expertise that they need to find new ideas and new to put in this role. So I think it's good.
So, I would like to look at the numbers. That position does deserve to get people. I think that if we're questioning how much a commander is getting paid, we should also question how much executive directors in not-for-profit organizations in Chicago are getting paid. It's all over close to $140,000, $270,000 a year. So I believe that there's no reason why an executive director should be making $140,000 a year when our business districts look at it.
May I ask that personal conversation be held until after this event?
Thank
Please
you.
be stuck on the market. Anna?
I would also like more information regarding the pay scale for police officers. It's important for us to have an understanding of where the money is being laid out. However, we are a working class community. We have been for many years. It's also important for us to look at how we up the wages of our workers here in the 10th. When I spoke on this United Workers Center in 2007, after J.J. Taylor's company went bankrupt, myself and several other J workers decided to form this organization so we can work to ensure that worker rights are lived. Workers were getting paid $3 an hour. We're being exploited by the employers. So it's important for us to also look at, yes, increase the minimum wage to 15. That's still not a livable wage. How do we increase the minimum wage as the food prices continue to increase? So let's continue to see how we can ensure that not just the top officials are receiving paying jobs, but also the tax families are able to sustain their families and have food at the table. Thank you.
I have one last question prior to. Let me remind everyone here that there are tables and it's set up with various information. And also, I believe they'll be available after this. Next question. Do you have a stance on the invert?
I actually went out, I actually came here as well, when they had the open house on the inverts, I'm pretty excited for when they did the inverts. So that's my concerns regarding the environmental aspect. Based on the information that I have seen for the invert, it looks like wonderful plan. You guys know about the headway downtown, you guys know we take the metro job out of the headway there. That's they want to have underground nice little retail stores down, and they have other storage facilities down there. They will have parking right next to the store, as I understand it. I think it's a great thing for our community. I think it'll bring back big jobs here, which we do need here in our community. There will also help in working in the community, working here would be great. If you have people coming and traveling here to work there, now you're bringing people here to come to the restaurants in our neighborhood. So I think there's a lot of good for it. My understanding is that they've got a lot of community feedback and that there's been a lot of changes to the plans based on the community input. That is, and I think that's a great thing that they are considering the community input. So I do think that it could be a great thing. I'm sure there's a lot to be evaluated throughout the process, but I do think it could be great for our community. Peter.
So when it comes to youth, I've been pretty impressed with the community outreach. I've said, I'm running my presentation, I came here to St. Francis themselves, I've gone to the office, I'm really glad that we're trying to do. They have a labor union agreement, it's a union job to workers together to work. We're always talking about having jobs. It's been doing over a 13-year period. When it comes to what they're going to provide, opportunities for retail, corporate, and city. When I'm talking about people, think about that. A movie theater, and what they're going to do for the community. Soccer is not the field on top of it. We have some of the best soccer talent in the entire state, and we have no room for these kids to play. We talk about crime prevention and getting our kids off the street. We need more soccer fields. We do just that. I think it's a great opportunity. When the mills close, everybody knows our community is failing, and this is an opportunity to reduce out inside, bring jobs here, and give a little life.
I can expect many of the presentations that we are talking about with the team, and I think there's an example of a developer that's involved with the community and is taking the information and the suggestions of the community, being proactive. They're out in different areas and everywhere, trying to spread awareness of what they're trying to bring to our area. Obviously, I know that there are concerns of environmental concern, and I would definitely want to inform that, but from what I see, I'm very supportive of what they need to bring. I think it's innovative, and I think that's going to be a great asset to the 10th ward. And again, it's a creative economic development plan that's going to make an impact here in our area, which is what we need.
And as I mentioned before, I'm definitely in support of good development. We do have a lack of space for this development in our community. I do believe we need to be further informed and address these concerns that our residents are bringing up regarding environmental issues as well as other concerns. It's important that any development comes to the 10th ward provides good paid jobs, particularly union jobs, and have a community agreement and a project labor agreement. It's also important for us to educate ourselves, and I expect that any development that comes to the 10th ward is willing to work with residents and not be scared to address the concerns that are important for us, particularly environmental issues that affect us.
So when it comes to Edinburgh, as everyone's mentioned, I think what we all appreciate is that they're taking feedback and Mr. Input that's in the job, which has, let's be very honest, hasn't been done before enforced by the city in past experiences. So I think we can apply that, and that's really something that's needed with any type of development to really see what the community wants. Right? If something's going to be impacting our lives, we should have the same lives. Now, the feedback that we received is that want to be building out solar farms, want to be building soccer fields and community gardens. That feedback to me is that our community wants community ownership, that people want ownership of projects coming here, that what are ways that we can find funding for our communities to be the only stakeholder actually create community wealth and generational wealth to the town as we go into just really trying to look at what the future is bringing right now with the funding available. And three, I think one of the concerns that you have that hasn't been brought up is that this development is meant to go our lake. We're using explosives in our lake. What are the concerns that you're going to cave in our lake and remove our water base and actually remove our economic engine for all the industries along the river? That's something highly concerning, not only for our public health, but also for economic health. So it's about making sure that the development actually looks at what the repercussions of damage to our community can be.
Okay, we're gonna close out again, make a closing statement of the same that we did at the beginning. I would ask that everybody until we're done. And then after we are finished, first let me get some things out there. So Brenda, good luck with our manager. Thank you very much. I heard some things in the audience about some of the questions that were asked. You know, it came from the audience. It didn't come from anybody else, came from the audience. So we're gonna close it up. When we're done, the candidates will be here until 8 o'clock. Mingle around and talk to them. So again, thanks for coming out on being such a crappy night. Thanks for coming out. So we'll start with the closing statements. Anna.
Thank you. Again, thank you, the Eastside Chamber of Commerce, the Hegewisch Business Association, St. Francis de Sales, and others who put this first forum together. As a mother and constituent that was raised in the Bush community, raised in South Chicago, East Side, and currently live in Best Park, it's important for me as alderwoman, if elected, to ensure that I listen to our constituents' needs and that I work together. It's also important for us as a community, or as various communities in the 10th ward, to be able to come together and unite. As I'm door knocking, I hear many things. I see the division amongst our communities. It's important for us to find ways of working with each other and supporting each other as a community, as it was back in the 80s when I was growing up here, where we knew each other, we knew our family members. We were not afraid to talk to our neighbors. So I envision a community in the 10th ward that we can work with each other, support our businesses, solve issues of public safety, but collectively build relationships and unite as one so we can be able to push for what we need in city council, because we're not able to do it alone. We need the support of our community. And one thing that I can guarantee as an organizer is to make sure that I hear from our constituents. And then when it comes to certain issue areas that we have to advocate in City Hall, that we bring the people who are impacted by the issues in the table, negotiating and having those conversations with the powers to be, so they are heard and we're able to implement what's important. Thank you again.
Thank you, Anna. Jessica.
So I want to thank everyone again, thank Eastside Chamber of Commerce, Hegewisch Business Association, St. Francis Sales for hosting us here. Thank you everyone here who has come out to take the time to come and hear from us. As a police officer, I understand it's important to work on the safety, not just as the aspect of addressing criminals, but addressing the calls about the crime. That's why I find it important to bring this program to our community for the youth. As an attorney, I have an understanding of how to navigate the system so that I can advocate for our community here in the town that we need. As a mother of four, raising my children here with my husband in the town court, I am committed, and I love here myself. I'm committed to the town court and committed to doing it and making it right for the community once again. And I just make it so for you guys. I have has concerns, because while I have issues with the town court, I know that everybody else has their vision, and I want to hear from everybody to hear what how I can address any concerns from the residents of the town court. So thank you again for your time. Thank you again for having us and listening to us, and I will definitely be here afterwards. And thank you.
And
Councilman Sanchez here. Again, thankful for everyone who organized the event in the east section of the Congress, to the head of the Business Association, to Cindy Francis. And I want to thank all of you for being here today, because the question I want to also ask is, what is the future of the Southeast like to be? And I really want to come from our community involved in these decisions that impact our lives. And it's really about innovative ways, what we can actually create together. For me, our future is being innovative, being addressing innovative ways to address the safety, to address the economic justice, the ways that we need to make sure that we should always think their parents was kids to meet the ways of families, making sure that actually fund their education. Think about ensuring their safety and our participants. And a lot of these questions are asking for basic things. We're asking for the minimum to survive. And I